Back in the city where the lights stay wild. Bass hit heavy, got a club on trial. Shorty too bad, got a dangerous smile. On the headline, maybe not just stop. Pull up clean, no stress on me. Wrist on cold, neck like sea. Boys talk tough, but they fold on beat. I don't play fair, just play elite. Late night text.
All right, we're loading up the trailer here. I'm gonna take you guys along for some schooling. We got Charlie getting loaded up first. This is one of Lena's horses she's gonna school, and then I have a couple more. There's Star, Vinny's gonna come next, so we're gonna load them all up in here and then proceed to head 30 minutes down the road and go get some practice in, kind of like spring training for baseball. Currently here in Scottsdale, it is ridiculously hot. It's like 90 degrees this week, so gonna haul with all the windows open. Got the tack ready to go, diamond wool pads, individual for each horse to prevent fungus and whatnot. See Charlie, Vinny, bridles up there. I go over a lot of these in my other videos, but this is, I use these Pards bridles a good bit. You guys can see they're all the same correctional base. This is the base model. This has the ball on top. This has the spoon on top. And then the other ones I use are these solid ones. This is a Carrie Kelly I use, and I use this all the time. I showed you guys in another video. This is $2.99 by Mayhew. So all those loaded up. All the tack is ready to go with boots and whatnot. So we're gonna shut this up. This is the new one that we just got that I was riding a couple videos ago, Mr. Abracadabra. So he's riding pretty good, but we're gonna see where he's at show pen wise, because in the schooling pen it is completely different than outside most of the time. And then this is Harry. He's also in the other videos. Little shining gun stud that he's only really shown in Mexico. However, we're gonna try to start showing him here in a few months and kind of see where he goes. All good? Yeah, get through a few more, and then if you want to come around like 3 or 4, that'll be good. Yeah, I will. Thanks. All right, so Harry, Abe, Vinny, Star, Flash, and Charlie, prized mare. Just got on the road, got the 6 horses in the back along with their feed, whatever else. It's Jesus that's here with me. We're gonna get through the first few, and then Lena's gonna come also because she has one of these that she's gonna school herself, so we'll be doing that. But we're gonna get there, get the horses in their stalls, let them settle in for a moment, and then pretty much go to riding. Since it's not a far trip, they don't really need any downtime. We're driving up the hill. What they call it in Rio Verde is like all a climb up, and then we reach kind of a peak, and then we'll drop again into another little valley on our way to this facility. Now we're heading north. If you were to continue on this road all the way, it would loop you in front of these mountains in front of us. It would loop you before you get to them and start heading west again. And that's like Old Town, classic Cave Creek. So in the Arizona reining history, all the ranches used to be up here. We're about 10 or 15 minutes from Rio Verde right now. Everything used to be up here, which is now, as you can see, it's all, you know, residential, and there's quite a few people. And then as prices went up and whatnot, people sold their ranches up here, made good money, and they just moved further east, which is what has become Rio Verde. And out there it's still a little bit more secluded. There's a ton of houses, but it's still a lot of dirt, and it's quiet. There's no shops, no commercial anything. Where up here it's all become commercial. So this ranch that we're going is kind of in a location where ranches would have been in Scottsdale 20 years ago. They said on the north side. So I think it'll be some of these. Yeah. We can start unloading them, but once we get them in here, we'll open the windows. And then as you release them, double check that they have water. Okay. All right, so we put this mat down so it's extra soft for them to come out. Let me untie him first. This first one I like to untie. That way, if he falls or something, he's not stuck. Yeah. Now just try to slowly walk up next to him and see if you can get to this rope and just slowly back him out. Just be careful because he's kind of funny about his butt. You got him? Yep. There we go. Oh boy, scared of the black. These trailers have these hooks here. Keep it from closing on you. Nice little deal if you're on a downhill. Abe is a seasoned show horse. He's 7 years old. Been in these show situations quite a few times. Check on this water. Good to go. All right, so they're all getting settled in. We're just gonna probably unload some tack for the moment, and then we'll go ahead and start working them here momentarily. It's a little bit dry since it's the afternoon, so before I ride these horses, I'm gonna drag this tractor over there, dump some water on the ground, and get us going a little bit better just for the afternoon. Just out of the way for a brief moment. Gates open. Hey, do you want to go ahead and saddle up Charlie? Thank you. Bye. So as I drag here, I just see that leveling blade. It just barely touches at points. I'm trying to put a little bit more dirt right here where we're going to be stopping. I already watered it, so now the water's off. You can see how much darker it is than before. But here you see it just barely touches. I'm trying to put more dirt so I pull it over towards the 3/4 area where we slide. That way it's not shallow right there, and I make sure that there's not any bald patches where we're trying to slide. Turn off the water supply, and I'll park it back over there. So this is the ranch. There's the house, shop, barn, arena, walker, round pen. So this is up in town. I mean, you see all the houses over there. This is somebody's little operation over here. This is more like of an in-town styled ranch rather than one that's more out and about. We're pretty packed over there in Rio Verde. However, my dad has 35 acres, whereas this is, you know, probably more like 15. Charlie over here getting ready. Go ride her around a bit, ride everybody around a little bit, then we'll let them settle in for the night, and then we're gonna school tomorrow. All right, so all done. Star's just here drying. Harry I just got finished with, so he's still got his tape on his feet to keep the shoes on from stopping and whatnot. Jesus taking care of him. Jesus, we've heard the requests, and probably next week I'm gonna suit him up with this camera, try to get another cool video for you guys. Abe. Doing well, eating his food. It's funny. Abe is a little, like, really fresh at the beginning of a show, and so is Charlie here. Like, they both, you know, I didn't feel comfortable today, first day away from home, but it's crazy because of the other ones that all rode probably smoother than them today. Those are the two horses that have scored the highest in my barn, so that's where, in the reining at least, it's interesting because the most calm, easygoing, smooth one is very rarely the best one. A lot of times the champion had so much work behind the scenes that you don't see. I'm gonna move the truck and trailer. We got everything out of it. And then tomorrow I'm gonna go ahead and have the guys get here in the morning, feed the horses, whatnot. I might come down tonight and check on them, and you guys can come with me and see what I do during a night check. But for the most part, they're gonna get a rest tomorrow morning. I'm probably gonna let them go out here and lunge for a little bit, kind of to replicate a show, get some of the fresh off. And then tomorrow we're gonna be doing some paid warm-ups in there. All right, so got home from dinner and whatnot. It's just past 10. We're gonna come in here, make sure the horses are all right, and then it's all closed up and it's pretty warm in here, but I'm gonna put on their sheet blankets just to make sure that they're all comfortable for the night. But what I do is I come in here. It's probably hard for you guys to see with how dark it is, but I make sure that I see some fresh manure. That way I know that their system is moving well, because if a horse is colicking, then they won't be passing any manure, and they will be all backed up. So make sure they have manure, make sure they have water, make sure they're all doing well, and then we'll see them in the morning. All right, so back here in the morning, ran into some problems, I guess. They were working the ground and somehow too much water got put in the arena, so we're gonna go fix some bald patches really quick. I don't think that we'll be able to slide very efficiently in there today, which is too bad, but that's okay. Well, the circling and going around the ends and all that whatnot is so crucial that I don't mind practicing that a ton, and then stop so we can, you know, we can work on the rundown, and maybe if the ground gets a little bit drier and better this afternoon, we can do that. So that means I'll probably work on the horses that don't need to stop first this morning and save the one that I would like to stop on for a little bit later. Just make sure I don't hit anything in someone else's property. All right, so you see as I'm driving here, there's these bald spots that are shiny, and that's really hard on the horse's feet. So the fluff on top of the ground is what actually holds the horse in it, to where the charros in Mexico, they slide on pretty much just the base. That allows them to go 50, 60 feet crazy distances because nothing's slowing them down. However, for our horses, this ground not only makes them stop a little bit shorter and it looks a little bit better for reining standard, but it also is softer on their feet, to where their feet don't get sore from loping on super hard ground. This is kind of like cushioning. So we can see that we need to put the dirt over there. Looks like we're a little heavier right in here, so I'm going to try to set the blade to where I start picking up a little bit right now. See, I've gathered dirt, and I'm going to try to get right here where there's no dirt. And there it all goes. I'm going to try to set that up one more time to where here, where I start collecting dirt, I start collecting and I just drag it over there where that shiny spot is. Collecting, and there it goes. Drag and drop method. Quite a few passes. Not picking quite as much up anymore, just a little bit. We're still a little light right here, so I'm gonna make a couple passes over this area one more time and try to drop some more dirt right there. It's hard to move dirt when it's really wet because it just clumps up, which then creates a problem. So the problem is that it's too wet right now to perfectly distribute, so it's not gonna look perfect because that dirt clumps up. However, I'm just going to try to get it as straight as I can. you know, for these morning sessions. We got most of the bald spots gone, which is good. You see how I pick up? I've got more dirt down here than I do up there where I want it to stop. So I'm just gonna keep on dragging it up over here into that light spot right in front of me, which isn't the worst light spot in the world because I won't spend too much time while I'm schooling over here. So that's why there's no more dirt there, is because this whole area is so much lighter that it drops off all that dirt. So I'm just gonna make a few more passes right here, then I'm gonna drag it like normal all the way around, and then we'll go get to school with them. So decently smooth ground now for how wet it is. Not terrible. So I'm gonna slow it down. This gray lever here is what picks the drag all the way up and down. So slowly come out of there, lift up. Lift all the way up. I'm gonna park it right here, leave it in the arena just in the case that we need to drag again. Oh. There, he got a little too far back, so I'm gonna correct and get him to the position I want. The other way he got to a pretty good position. This way I never got happy with it, so I'm gonna fix it. There it is. Oh. I'm gonna put a little pressure on out here. This horse always wants to come to this wall. Release to the line, and I'm gonna come back around and try it. That's a great drill that I go through in depth on the subscription service. How to fix your horse running towards the wall when you're running down the pin. That's it. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh. That was honestly really good for the first time back with this horse. Uh-oh. Oh. 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 Now we're on to Vinny. Vinny is one that I bought for a client. When was that? About October. Now it's the end of February. I'm gonna show him for the first time at the qualifier, and he feels pretty good. He came from my dad's program, so I know, you know, a lot of the stuff that was already on there. However, I did, for my own self, want to change and tweak just a couple of things that I think could help me succeed showing him. And I think that they're starting to come into place, which it's good timing. It's a few weeks before the event, so I'm gonna take him in the pin for the first time here. Oh, 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 oh. He missed that one a little bit. You see my tracks in front of me, so I'm gonna try that one more time. I think it's just the adjustment in the ground. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh. Uh-oh. A little wound up. I schooled him at home a little bit, and he was pretty good, but here he's being a little more excited, and he's definitely guessing running down there, so I'm really glad I'm bringing these problems to surface. This is what gave my dad a little bit of trouble when he showed him last year. These rundowns, he would kind of get tricky, so I'm finding that problem. All right, so this is Harry. Haven't taken him either. He's the one from Mexico originally, so see what he's like. All right, didn't lock into that one. Oh, let's try that again. Oh. Oh. Didn't quite get that lead change. Gets a little tricky because he lopes a little funny in small slows, so. There we go. Oh. 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 A couple small things to adjust there. I'd like to lock in the turn. I'd like to get him setting up better in small slows, but I knew all that, so he rode pretty similar in the pin, so overall happy with it. All right, so just did some follow-up schooling. Got Harry drying right there. Got most of our stuff cleared out of here. I'm just gonna get those horses home. It's Sunday right now, so tomorrow, give them a day off. I'm gonna go back to work on my 3-year-olds and 2-year-olds and just keep working towards this qualifier.